MTN, what are we doing today?
Hey there, mums and dads. Did you know that some children are picky eaters and also do not get enough fruits and vegetables from their diet? Well Kid Baby and Infant Syrup is a food supplement from Vitabiotics that contains 14 vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and zinc, as well as flaxseed oil, which supports brain development and all-round health. Well Kid Baby and Infant Tasty Syrup is for children 3 months to 5 years of age. Give your young ones a good start with Well Kid Baby and Infant from Vitabiotics UK. Available in pharmacies near you.
If you're an African Alliance annuitant, this update is for you. Leadway Assurance has taken over the African Alliance annuity business and is currently verifying all African Alliance annuitants. Just confirm your details to stay connected and keep your payments running smoothly. To update your information, call 0708-062-7050 or send an email to annuity@leadway.com. Call 0708-062-7050 or send an email to annuity@leadway.com. Deadline for customer information update is January 31st, 2026. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer.
Where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer.
It's not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo Creamer. Kivo Creamer.
Stay fixed on the station that talks.
Every time killing. Will the president come to fight again?
Where are the police and everything? Now you're talking about state police.
Now we did wrong.
Atiku rejects call to step down.
Atiku is the owner of ATC.
EFCC has stated that former governor Yahaya Bello remains innocent.
The way and manner our environment has been configured because for a great concern.
Historical evidence of this current administration. There's a trust issue.
What Riley Moore said was that America will not stand by.
I like what Trump is doing. He's just like God raising for this. I want to thank you guys, Nigeria Info, at least for allowing us to speak and letting us know what is going on in the country.
All conversation, all day.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Welcome to 99.3 Nigeria Info.
ASU for the billionth time is on strike.
The constitution, we need to revisit it. The power is much on one man. What are we going to do in our nation?
My question about these defections is whose purpose or interest?
These people are de-educating Nigeria. They are paying so much attention to themselves, not to national issues.
The opposition splits of an whole shift plan. They have come.
Nigeria seems to be one of the worst countries where you have it. The day Atiku will say, Peter Obi, I support you. That is the day election will end.
No state governor threatening to send any of them that failed to wear
level gameplay on YouTube with MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Binge your favorite gameplays till you master every move. Enjoy play-along clips with your faves and challenge runs like never before till you become the numero uno of gaming. See more, be more, spend less. Get over 4 hours of YouTube streaming for just 250 Naira or 10 hours for 600 Naira on the MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Dial *312*800# to start today and go make a difference.
Guy, how far? You watch that game?
I did. Oh boy, that goal, eh?
Hey. Make I call you back. My time go soon finish you. Sorry, I forget to get extra 3 minutes to talk.
I wonder why you hold a cut call. When na MTN better gist they use. Me, I still enjoy my free 2,100 airtime on top my new MTN SIM.
Yes, so get 3 minutes extra on MTN Better Gist. Text BG to 312 to collect your own awoof.
Dailies today on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Good morning to you. Welcome to the second part of Dailies Today. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Jimi Disu. Good morning, man.
You can watch our show on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch the show on Facebook. Dicto YouTube. Share the link. Share the live. Drop your comment. Like it as well. And let's get more people to watch the show on Facebook and on YouTube. Now let's begin. We have We're going to start from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The Vanguard has the front-page story here. Quite an interesting one here. Plenty. Why that's 60 years after why Nzogu's coup was inevitable. Major General Haruna retired.
Well, I suspect that a lot of you have forgotten the importance of January 15. January 15, way back then, growing up, was a very significant date for Nigeria. It was the Armed Forces Memorial Day, yes, but it's also the day we had the first military coup. And therefore, the January 15, then the military authorities at some point, when we had military governments, designated it like a Memorial Day. So it's, should I say it's celebrated or recognized, January 15, and that's why in all the papers there's something about January 15. For those of you who are interested in history, because this was 60 years ago, I mean, come on. And that means that I was 10 when this happened. Why Nzogu's coup was inevitable, and that is credited to Major General Haruna. But that is not the story. The main story is that two papers, the Vanguard and the Trust, have very good coverage of the incident of January 15. In the Vanguard here, there's a story. It says, remembering the bloody coup that changed Nigeria forever. So if you're interested, you'd want to look at that. Why Nzogu coup was inevitable. Major General IBM Haruna, he granted an interview on the coup. Again, the Nzogu I interacted with Brigadier General Alabi Sama. He also has an interview with him there. But I wonder if most of you young people know about what the role that Nzogu played in the coup way back then. He was like the face of the coup. He was the face of military government. And I want you to close your eyes and imagine this was the first time ever that we were going to have military government. And I think Nigeria was the first country, apart from maybe Egypt or so, to have military coups. Then, another story here by my good friend, and it was written by my good friend, but it's credited to Richard Akindide, who was the Awois. I hope they won't crucify me this morning. Akindide was the 12-2-3 lawyer, during the Awolowo trial. And he says that, say no if anybody seizes a radio station and says fellow countrymen. Richard Akindide, he says, say no. Is that relevant now? I'm just asking the question. I'm just trying to be a bit funny here. Say no if anybody seizes a radio station and says fellow countrymen. I'd like to tickle your imagination. I mean, this is just a game, so don't take it beyond that. That if you actually did hear fellow countrymen, what would you do?
Nothing. I would do nothing.
I would do nothing. Okay. There's a story of coups in Nigeria by my good friend Richard Akinola, and he has a story of coups here 60 years after. And then the Ademuleguns, the family of Brigadier Ademulegun, are calling for attention. So you do have a lot. If you're history, if you're an historian and you want to know what's going on, the story. Even the Daily Trust has a front page story that says 60 years after Saudana, Balewa, and Akintola, those were our leaders then. 60 years after, of course, Balewa was the prime minister. I'd like you to Google, just go and play around with Google and put in Tafawa Balewa, and you hear the prime minister of Nigeria speak. At the time that Balewa was the prime minister, guess who was the president? You didn't know?
Who was that?
Who was the president when Balewa was prime minister?
Who was that?
Zik. And when you hear these two people, Zik was Igbo though, and Balewa was from the north. But what Google Balewa's visit to the U.S.
At the time,
the
the presidential seat was kind of ceremonial.
It was ceremonial, yes.
Yeah,
but
the prime minister was the one that was everywhere speaking. You know.
But these two people, when they stood up anywhere, Zik was called Zik of Africa. Those were the days we had leaders. You know, I feel a bit nostalgic about that period. Where could you have been then? You can be a reincarnation, no, maybe you were around. We were around.
No.
You went and came back.
I don't do Israeli kaki.
But do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes, I do.
So what could I have been in my last life?
I wouldn't know. So I it's a long story. Let's not go there. My question to this one, I want us to stay on this.
Yes.
What do you think the successive coups had done to this country, to our psyche?
Yep.
Then to our development?
Okay. What it had done to our psyche was that it took part of our brains out.
Removed part.
Yes, because over time, if you look at this current set of Nigerians are not the kind of Nigerians that we had in the 60s.
What changed? I mean, like what?
Well, you know, with
is it that they were more? Is it that they were more patriotic?
No,
we were patriotic. We were more patriotic, but then we were disappointed over time.
No, not
what could have been the problem?
One thing that I know that the military, they emphasize is that of education and knowledge, and because the military at that time, the military now is 10, 50 times better than what we had way back then.
Okay.
I mean, military, you had a brigade who built this Ghana. I mean, you understand. So let's get that straight. Because there was a lot of intellectual opposition, and they couldn't match it. They couldn't match it, and so they de-emphasized education. There was a time, for example, in Lagos, there was a gentleman called Brigadier, then it was Taffa. He gave koboko to all the soldiers to beat people in line. Yes. So that mentality, it took out that intellectual part of it. It put a lot of intellectual people now went into hiding. By the time the military were now going to supposedly have politics, it was more or less people of their kind, their contractors, their friends, and whatever. And the story is left to your imagination. Let me quickly emphasize that the military you have now is not the same military we had years back. It's not the same. Oh, now you have generals who have 3, 4, 5 degrees. You have loads of intellectuals and whatever.
Right.
Yes. Right. So that was, and so over time, by the time that they were going to hand over, a lot of genuine politicians who would have wanted to take part, they were skeptical, and for some fun reason they didn't have the money. And so overnight, the Boys Quarters boys became the owners of the house. And that's why we are where we are today. One of the most painful things for me as a 70-year-old is to see the caliber of the leadership that we have. The tolerance that we have for things that you would never have thought of. Do you understand what I'm saying? I said here last week that I looked at it. I can't imagine in the 60s that you would arrest the father, the mother, and a son and put them in prison for embezzlement or whatever it is. The man will take something overnight. But our tolerance for crime and our tolerance for the horrible things of life is quite amazing. So that is what my own view. People have different views, but my own view. But let me quickly state again and again that the military that we have now is much, much better than what we had in the past. So at least thank God for that.
Talking about that, the Daily Trust has similar story here. Not a story, editorial this time. on page 17. The coup that shattered Nigeria's dreams.
Yeah, they talk about the coup. I just thought we should just make a quick mention of it. But the paragraph in the editorial, when I read it this morning, is this, and I'm listening to it, Sheriff. It says, and still today, lessons remain unlearned. That sentence caught me. Lessons remain unlearned. Politicians speak of unity, yet act in narrow sectarian interests. Leaders promise reform, but perpetuate old systems that reward loyalty over competence and ethnic identity over national purpose. However, all is not lost. The legacy of the founding fathers, men like Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello, Akintola, and Awolowo, let me add that, teaches us that Nigeria's strength lies in its diversity, and its endurance depends on leaders who place patriotism over partisanship. You get? These men who, despite their divergent backgrounds, believe that Nigeria could flourish as a shared home for all citizens. To heal the wounds that have festered for 6 decades, today's leaders must embrace accountability and equity. And I add, they will not. And I add, they cannot.
They don't have the capacity to.
Apart from the capacity, they themselves will be caught up. How many of our leaders can be accountable? What are you talking about? How many you can cast a first stone amongst our leaders and say, I am accountable, come and probe me? You think we are fools? You think we don't know what's going on? A lot of what is going on is persecution. Like it was credited to one of their chairmen, if you come to our party, your sins are, why do you think everybody is decamping? Your guess is as good as mine. Surely there's nothing special about being in one party that would there's nothing special about being in one party that you would say wants to make you to leave your party and go to another one. Everybody wants to go to a safe haven. So it's not going to happen. There's not going to be any accountability. And what do they call it now? Accountability and I can't find the word again now. Anyway, the legacy of to heal the wounds that are festered for 6 years must embrace accountability and equity. How can there be equity? Look at what we have at the center. It's full of Yoruba people in most of the sensitive places. Is that how to run the country? No, let's be honest with ourselves now. Is that how to run the country? The financial architecture of the country called Nigeria is full of my people. From the minister to the FRIRS to this to that to this to that. That is not. People would come and say, is there something wrong with this guy? No. I know it is something sinister coming ahead. And it will be said. It will be said. A government, if you put a government in place that is full of your friends and associates, it is bound to fail. It is bound to fail. And one of the things that hurts me the most is where you get an impression that those who are ruling you think that you are completely stupid, deaf and dumb. Not knowing that it could breed a lot of things underneath and it could explode. Wait and see. So it says that they must strengthen institutions, not personalities. That has been shown, for example. Institution of ambassadorship, for example. Is it about the institution of personalities? Is it about what they're going to offer, what they will do for the country? Or what? What system?
Loyalty to person or loyalty to country?
Loyalty to person. We don't have ambassadors. Now, how much is that contract we gave an American company to go and sell Nigeria to the American government? You understand? We have to tell ourselves certain truths. And it says political leaders must stop using ethnic and religious differences to remain in power, and instead they should collectively invest in civic education and so on and so forth. Let me be honest with you and let us call a spade a spade.
Let's call it.
Let's
call it.
How would anybody in his wildest imagination have thought that he would get away with a Muslim ticket? Are we fools? The optics is not good. But you kept at it. Now there's a much bigger problem at hand now, and everybody is suffering for it. You know, that it goes without saying. How could anybody have thought of it? Say, oh, I'm a Muslim, and my deputy is also going to be a Muslim in a diverse country like Nigeria. And look at where we are now. That's why when I come in contact sometimes with people in this government and they say Jimi Disu hates this or hates that, I look at them and I laugh. There's some things I cannot understand, I cannot condone. All because of one man's interest. You put the lives of how many million people in Juba. Look at where we are now. Now we have to go and give a contract to an American company to whitewash our image, which is completely unnecessary because the news is already out there. But let's go to the next one.
Before we move on to the next one, let me take this comment on Facebook. Uyi on Facebook says, key lessons and takeaways: corruption and ineptitude ignited the coup. The coup was a reaction to widespread corruption, nepotism, and political mismanagement in the First Republic, proven that ignoring these issues can lead to violent upheaval. Note: academia and Nsuka Journal of the Humanities, ethnic tensions exacerbated the crisis, while some plotters claimed nationalistic goals. The ethnic imbalance in victims the northern leaders killed fueled northern fears, leading to suspicions, resentment, and the eventual. It's a long one, but I quite like the comment of the gentleman.
His comment is very valid. Have we learnt any lessons? If we knew
those same things that he mentioned,
they're still here and could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. Yet we find people who know the truth, to tell the truth. Some of them will tell you to keep praying. It's 60 days prayer, 60 days fasting. You the truth is out there. You don't. It's true. And we are suffering. What is most painful is that the people who are suffering the most are the greatest supporters of this nonsense. Why can't we have a prosperous country, an oil-producing country? See where we are.
We're going to move on to our next story. Yes, we're gonna go to another editorial this morning as well. Beyond wreaths, giving meaning to Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
Yes, okay, so I said that today is also Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and today we remember all our heroes. You'll find retired, I think they're, soldiers selling poppies for Remembrance Day. We play tribute to our heroes and so on and so forth. But the hypocrisy of it all, for example, is exhibited in the story of the old soldiers that I interviewed here almost 3 years ago and haven't got their pension since the Civil War. And I've been to army pensions. I've been to Honorable Benson he's been so kind. He's intervened. As we speak, one of them is dead. Tribute to him. And the others, upon all the noise we've been making, the struggle, still they haven't been paid. And I think I want to reproduce the interview I had with them. I'm going to look for it and reproduce it for this Saturday. Let that prick our conscience again. Because the Vanguard says that that this really raises an uncomfortable but necessary question beyond ceremonial wreath laying, which itself has become a money-making enterprise. But that's apart from that. What has the nation truly done for its fallen heroes and those they left behind? What have you done for them? The old soldiers, what have you done for them? I have an example of those you have done nothing for. One of them died. I don't even know how he was buried. He died in complete penury. He couldn't get his pension. And he says that remembrance must go beyond symbolism. It demands tangible commitment to the welfare of serving personnel, veterans, and the families of the fallen. If I had my way, I would pack all our leaders in one van and throw them in Sambisa Forest. Let them get a feel of what it is to put your life on the line. They can't put their lives on the line for this country. If there's a real attack, the political elite are the first that will disappear. Neither will that. There's this joke now that when you hear of there's recruitment in CBN, there's recruitment in custom, whatever, it's hush hush. He's the son of Senator this, Senator that, this, that kind of thing. Now that is the turn now that they are saying that they need more people in the army. Do you understand? Do you understand? So let's even look at the children of the privileged. Where do they serve their youth service? Then you start throwing other people's children to Maiduguri and these other places. And it talks about it must go adequate equipment, fair compensation, timely benefits, quality healthcare, and dignified housing. They are not privileges. They are obligations owed to those who stand between the nation and chaos. A country that remembers its heroes in words but neglects them in deeds diminishes the very meaning of remembrance. As the last post sounds and flags fly at half-mast, let us recommit ourselves to the ideals for which our fallen heroes stood: service, sacrifice, and nationhood. May their memories inspire a Nigeria that is just, secure, and united, and may our actions ensure that their sacrifices were not in vain. All this is water at the duck's back. Our politicians they will just not listen. The issue of appreciating value. Nigeria now has become a country of how many cars do you have? Look at what is making the rounds of the sitting room of a former senator. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
You are the one that is restraining me from saying what I want to say. But let me just say politely that I think there's a problem somewhere. There's a problem somewhere.
Let's move on to our next story here. Page 10. It's the longer version is coming up at 9. Alaafin handshake snub, not intentional. Olubadan.
Yes, it's coming up at 9. I'm having my consultant. Okay, so the Alaafin has Olubadan said that that he did not snub the Alaafin, that he was in a bid to quickly sit down and so on. He can tell that to the Marines. I think somebody has spoken to him on the back end. I don't believe what Olubadan said, with due respect. And I don't think I'm breaking protocol by saying I don't believe him.
No, I don't believe him. I don't think anybody. If you believe him, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you believe him,
you remember there are little quadries in this, even though you are here. So he said that he didn't believe that he didn't do it deliberately, and people are reading. People are not reading. He was an open snub, because you see, after he sat down, the normal thing you do, even if you forgot to say hello to the person on your right, when you now sat down and then
you look at
he disregarded him. But I'm glad it means somebody has spoken to him, and maybe there'll be some peace. But my consultant will tell us more later at 9 o'clock. The other story that made me happy this morning is that Lagos has shut so far 244 hotels, churches, and mosques due to noise pollution. Can we take this?
Yes, we can. Absolutely, yes, we can. NLC salutes Uzodinma on his 6th anniversary in office.
This is your NLC. Look at it. It takes a full page to congratulate the governor on his 6th year in office. That is the NLC that's supposed to fight for your rights. They didn't congratulate OT that is doing so much for workers in his own states. See what they're doing. You see it? It's signed by Comrade Uche Chigbumezu Uwigwe, JP. What of JPC? JP. That's it. Full page. Advert. What is the plight of the worker in this man's state? What has he actually done to make life better for his workers? That's it. What I know of him is that for some funny reason, once in a while I'll almost think that he's secretary to the government. He's always in Abuja. But then that's politics for you.
Yes, that is politics. We have to go now. I'd love to take this reverse story, but we must go now.
No, the reverse story is that you just tell Wiki, let the governor do his job. It's as simple as that. Let him do his job. Odili didn't disturb you when you were governor. The Jonathans didn't disturb you when you were governor. Let the man do his job.
Lagos, thank you for being a part of Dailies Today for today. The video is on Facebook and on YouTube. You can rewatch again, share, like, drop a comment as well. We're done for now, but he's back at 9 o'clock. Kofi is back for the news at 8, then the remaining hour of the morning crossfire. Stay here with us on Nigeria Info 99.3. Lagos, good morning to you.
Learn boss level gameplay on YouTube with MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Binge your favorite gameplays till you master every move. Enjoy play along clips with your faves and challenge runs like never before till you become the numero uno of gaming. See more, be more, spend less. Get over 4 hours of YouTube streaming for just 250 naira or 10 hours for 600 naira on the MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Dial *312*800# to start today and go make a difference.
Guy, how far? You watch that game?
I did. Oh boy, that goal, eh? Hey.
Make I call you back. My airtime go soon finish. Sorry, I forget I get extra 3 minutes to take talk.
I wonder why you hold a cut call. When na MTN better gist you dey use. Me, I still dey enjoy my free 2,100 airtime on top my new MTN SIM.
Yes, get 3 minutes extra on MTN better gist. Text BG to 312 to collect your own awoof.
With your opinions, in your voice. Join the conversation on Nigeria's first talk radio station.
It is the police and the law enforcement agents who have endangered.
What does this tell you as a Nigerian?
Go to court is part of the corrupt architectural structure.
Somebody will see 100 billion and the court will ask the person to pay a fine. Even as a dead body, I will not go for them.
The conversation never stops on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Voices that speaks the truth. Live from the heart of the conversation.
I think there's nothing that has strained our nerves like this concept of unity.
The politicians who are pushing out this narrative, they are not tribalistic, but they are making you tribalistic.
Nigerians have expressed outrage over the certificate forgery by Nigeria's Minister of Science and Technology.
Same-sex marriage. Church of Nigeria rejects election of new Archbishop of Canterbury.
That the people that are killed in the Boko Haram or terrorism across this country are only Christians. That is unfair.
We are complaining. Election will come. We will still collect 1,000.
There's always a conversation waiting for you.
The oil company that's meant to be making Nigerian money, they have debt 30 trillion.
Even if they are being paid to just come and see what I don't know.
Over social media in the last few months, there's been talks about demarketing Nigeria.
Yeah, you are born in a country where they give power to some human beings. The problem is those people that call themselves Nigerian government.
Now, I may not agree with him that they have normalized the killing. I think that they've become numb.
Join in right here.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 8 o'clock. The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It was heartbreak in Rabat last night as Nigeria's Super Eagles crashed out of the Africa Cup of Nations, losing 4-2 on penalties to Morocco after a tense goalless semi-final. The Super Eagles fought hard but could not find a breakthrough in open play. Both sides had chances, but the match stayed goalless before the shootout. Nigeria now shifts its focus to the third place playoff with Egypt in a bid to end their tournament on a high. The United States has announced a suspension of immigrant visas of visa processing for Nigeria and 74 other countries. The move is part of U.S. President Donald Trump's latest push to tighten immigration controls. The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities have signed a new agreement aimed at stabilizing Nigeria's university system The deal replaces the 2009 agreement that led to repeated strikes in the country. ASU President Chris Puna says the union is cautiously optimistic about the implementation. On his part, Education Minister Tunji Alausa described the agreement as a turning point for uninterrupted academic calendar in the country. The US and Britain are reducing personnel at the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. This is because of rising